jag vet inte. Jag kan du få en ambulans?
Hur många är det som är inblandade?
Let's face it, accidents do happen every day all over the world, causing pain and suffering not only to those directly involved, but also to family, friends, and workmates. Is there anything we can do to prevent accidents from happening? Yes, there is. This is not a film about accidents. It's a film about the only thing we can do to prevent them from happening. It's a film about safety. Just think, if we could train ourselves to always think in terms of safety and learn how to anticipate danger, most accidents would never happen. And just as there are usually a chain of events leading up to an accident, there's also a chain of safety elements protecting us from them. And as with any chain, should one of these links break, we're left up to our own luck. And do we really feel that lucky? Let's take a closer look at the first link in the safety chain. It all starts with people, you and me, human beings. And most of us are pretty good at anticipating danger. For instance, we all know that small children and steep stairs, that's a bad combination. So we put a gate at the top of the stairs. We also understand it's a good idea to blow out any burning candles when we leave the house. We also know that it's wise to wear a helmet when riding a bike, and that small children should always be in a proper child seat when riding in a car. What we sometimes forget is that safety is a full-time job, demanding dedication and concentration. But should anything impair our ability to concentrate, be it drugs, alcohol, lack of sleep, fatigue, or whatever, we're no longer capable of acting safely. And that can have serious consequences. Anticipating danger requires concentration. Safety is part of our job, not just some extra chore on top of everything else we already do. Safety also involves our own personal protection. In our case, this means a hard hat, safety glasses, shoes, gloves, high visibility clothing so that we can be seen both during the night and day. In fact, any other articles specific to the work we do. This is the first link in the chain of safety. A concentrated, focused operator, equipped with the personal protection his work requires. And now for the next link, the machine. These machines are designed and built to meet the most rigid safety and environment specifications, and every machine is thoroughly tested. They're big and strong, and many have built-in safety systems, but they do have their limitations. All machines have limitations. This can be how much they can safely load or lift. It can be the angle at which they may safely work, the speed at which they may travel when fitted with certain equipment, etc. As an operator, you need to know your machine's limitations. And where do you find that information? Right here, in the operator's manual. Inside, you'll find everything you need to know about your machine and some great tips about the best and safest methods of operation in all sorts of situations. This is where you'll find the explanations to the various warning decals you see on your machine. It's important you understand what these mean. And there's information here about service intervals and the importance of a well-serviced machine. A machine that hasn't been properly serviced is not only a danger to its operator, but to everyone and everything around it. Each of these machines are designed to carry out specific tasks. Excavators, wheel loaders, graders, and haulers, each with their unique characteristics. But when it comes to safety, they have a lot in common. Since the most common injuries around these machines are related to slip and fall accidents, that is to say, service personnel or the operator falling off the machine, one has to ask the question, why does this happen? After all, these steps and rails are sturdy and all stepping areas are covered with anti-slip material, so it's not the machine's fault. There are simple ways to avoid these accidents. First of all, keep steps, rails, and stepping areas free from oil, dirt, snow, and ice. Secondly, always use a three-point stance when entering and exiting the machine. And thirdly, make sure you only walk on the machine's designated stepping areas. There's something else these machines have in common. Should the machine lose its balance and roll over, the cab is the safest place to be. Assuming you're wearing your seatbelt. You do wear your seatbelt, don't you? And never, I repeat, never jump from a moving machine. Now we have two links in the safety chain: a focused, protected, well-informed operator and a well-maintained machine. Now it's time for the third link, the workplace. Workplaces come in all shapes and sizes, and for everyone's safety on the job site, there are certain rules and regulations. There are government regulations as well as local rules for the job site that need to be known and followed. But rules alone can't protect us from hazards. There are some things we just can't control, such as the weather or other conditions where we have to adjust to the conditions at hand. We need to learn to anticipate danger and act accordingly. Working in a safe manner means being aware of a number of things. Before beginning your workday, it's important to make sure your machine is functioning properly. Do a walk-around, paying special attention to the tires. Tires with too low pressure can cause instability. Make sure there are no loose articles in the cab that might obstruct your work. Adjust your seat, the steering wheel, the lever control, etc., so that you're comfortable and ready to work. And of course, adjust the rear view mirrors for optimal visibility. What if there was a device that could warn us each time a potentially dangerous situation was just around the corner? Technology is moving in that direction, but we're not there yet. However, let's assume that we had such a device now. How do you think it would react as we now go to work? Unfortunately, the risk warner hasn't been invented yet. For the time being, we have to rely on our own ability to foresee dangers, especially when we have limited vision. And especially when something, as in this case, goes wrong, and people don't act as they're supposed to. This man is, for some reason, under the impression that the loader is in the wrong place, and very insistent about it. But here comes the hauler. The operator sees the guys talking by the machine, gives a warning signal, and assumes that they heard him. The angry man is still angry and does not observe the hauler backing and starts to walk away. Hey, where's the second guy? Oh, that was close. Whenever there's the slightest doubt as to how things look behind the machine when you're backing up, use a signal man. Even though we don't have that little magic warning system, there are technical solutions for backing problems. Your machine can be equipped with a backing camera, for example. A signalman can even be of help in the event of limited forward visibility. It's important for your co-workers to understand how your machine works. Take an excavator, for example. Both the front and back turns. It's very important for co-workers to keep a safe distance from a turning excavator. Likewise, it's absolutely necessary for them to be aware of how articulated haulers and loaders react when turning. No matter how many signs we put up, there's always the risk that unauthorized people, out of curiosity or other reasons, walk into the workplace. And they may not realize the importance of eye contact. A general rule of thumb for those working on or around earth-moving machines is see and be seen. If you have to approach a machine, do so from the front and try to make eye contact with the operator. Without eye contact, you can never be sure the operator knows you're there. Communication is one of the keys to a safe workplace. It's important that everyone involved knows about any eventual changes and how these might affect their routines. And it's important to know what to do in case of any emergency. Here comes an operator who missed one very important thing: checking ground conditions. One of the most important factors in safety is knowing the ground condition. You need to know what it's like where you're working and if the ground can support the weight of your machine. It's also important to be aware of the ground above you to avoid landslides, etc. And remember, heavy loads require longer braking distances. That's it. 3 links: people, machines, and the workplace, all joined together to form one strong chain of safety. And if each link holds, then maybe rescue and emergency crews will get some much-deserved rest. Really, safety is all about using common sense. It's about being alert and aware of the little things that mean so much. A tough job? Maybe. But absolutely necessary.
Acting safely by learning how to anticipate danger has been the key message in this film. We all understand the importance of safety and the need to always keep safety first. We here at Volvo CE do our part by building quality machines that are as reliable and safe as possible, and by constantly developing new features that improve the safety of our machines, both for the operator and the environment. But safety can never be guaranteed without your participation. By following safety rules and regulations, anticipating dangerous situations, and acting accordingly, you can do your part. Remember, no chain is stronger than its weakest link. So let's make safety our key priority. I'm sure the ones that love you will agree with me. I'm Tony Helsham for Volvo Construction Equipment.